I'm not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning from Life in UK test part 505 or 15 while doing Pilatic leg training. And if you participate in Pilatic leg training, that's at your own risk. Okay, let's start with the Pilatic leg training. We are doing the first exercise with Shishyotoshi. We're having one leg long out with a flexed foot and we're tapping onto the floor and we're bringing it up again. In 1997, first Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl was born in Wales to Norwegian parents. Roald Dahl was born in Wales and he served in the Royal Air Force during the Second World War. Also in the 1940s he began to publish books and short stories. Best known are his children's books, but he also wrote for adults. Some of his best known works are Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and George's Marvelous Medicine. And several of his books have been made into films. Okay. We are changing the leg and I have a second camera rolling. I try to say that no, we learned about Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl was born in Wales to Norwegian parents. In the Second World War, he served in the Royal Air Force. And also in the 1940s, he started to publish first books and short stories. And some of his best works are, for example, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and George's Marvelous Medicine. And many of his books have made into television or film with... I have to make the take again. So into films is here written, but with televisions that was by Jane Austen. So Roald Dahl was born in Wales to Norwegian parents. He served in the Royal Air Force during the Second World War. It was during the 1940s we are doing the Shishyotoshi to know. Next exercise, the health hammer. So leg up and we bring it in and up. Have made into films, just into films, it's all in here. Okay, let's try it again. Roald Dahl, he was born in Wales to Norwegian parents. During the Second World War, he served in the Royal Air Force, and also in the 1940s, he started to publish first books and short stories. Two of his best-known works are Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and George's Marvelous Medicine. And many of his works have been done into movies. And that is according to the Life in UK Test Handbook, page 59. Okay, we have wet. Now we're gonna do what is the health hammer with the other leg. Leg up and bend it. The next video will be when Labour government. Let's read it through. In 1997, the Labour Party led by Tony Blair was elected. The Blair government introduced the Scottish Parliament and the Welsh Assembly. The Scottish Parliament had substantial powers to legislate. The Welsh Assembly was given fewer legislative powers, but considerable control over public services. In Northern Ireland, the Blair government was able to build on the peace process, resulting in the Good Friday Agreement, signed in 1998. The Northern Ireland Assembly was elected in 1999, but suspended in 2002. It was not reinstated until 2007. Most paramilitary groups in Northern Ireland have decommissioned their arms and are inactive. George Gordon Brown took over as Prime Minister in 2007. I'm going to stop the camera. And we continue with a hammerhead shark exercise. So, one leg up with a bent knee, a flex foot, we bring it up and down. I don't think we can do something about that here. Maybe we can use these informations here for another video. We will learn it well because we need it for the Life in UK test. Conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq. I'm not going to read that again. Okay, the first part makes sense. This is correct. Throughout the 90s, Britain played a leading role in coalition forces involved in the liberation of Kuwait following the Iraq invasion in 1990 and the conflict in the former Republic of Yugoslavia, the changing the leg. Since 2000, British armed forces have been engaged in the global fight against international terrorism. Okay, this is about terrorism a bit in war. Against international terrorism and against the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, including operations in Afghanistan and Iraq. British combat troops left Iraq in 2009. The UK now operates in Afghanistan as part of the United Nations. mandate 50 Nations International Security Assistance Force Coalition and at the invitation of the Afghan government. ISAF coalition. ISAF is working to ensure that Afghan territory can never again be used as a safe haven for international terrorism, where groups such as Al-Qaeda could plan attacks on the international community. As part of this, ISAF is building up the Afghan National Security Forces and is helping to create a secure environment. We're doing the next exercise. Leg long out with the foot and we're bringing the leg to the side and again in which governance and development can be extended. International forces are gradually handing over responsibility for security to the Afghans, who will have full security responsibility in all provinces by the end of 2014. We will not do a video about that. Most of it is out of date, and the first part that's just not detailed enough. I'm not going to do a video about Kuwait and the thing with just one date. But here, 2010 onwards and Brexit. In May 2010, and for the first time in the UK since February 74, no political party won an overall majority in the general election. The Conservative and Liberal Democrat parties formed a coalition with Changing the Flag, and the leader of the Conservative Party, David Cameron, became Prime Minister. The Conservative Party won a majority at the general election, 7th May 2015, and David Cameron remained Prime Minister. The Conservative government called a referendum on the UK's membership of the European Union. This was held on the 23rd June 16. The UK voted by a margin of 51.9% to 48.1%. Flag exercise by bringing the leg down, tapping onto the floor, again out, tapping outside and tapping onto the floor, to leave the European Union. David Cameron was succeeded as Prime Minister after the referendum by Theresa May and then by Boris Johnson. Okay, we're gonna make one short video about the Brexit. What will be the title? Because we're not explaining anything and no reasons, no why it was held or anything. When and with what outcome was the Brexit? Maybe we're going to call the video just like. The Conservative Party was having no, it doesn't really make sense. In 2016, we have changed my name. On the 23rd June 2016 was the referendum held to either leave or stay in the European Union. 51.9% said that they wanted to leave. 51.9. That's all. That's all we have. Okay, that's all we have. We're gonna do it as a little video. But first, we're going to do two other things. We're going to do a couple of push-ups. So, we are long out. And we are going just down. Have your elbows close to the ribcage. And up again. And now we're going for a second time down. And up, and let's do it 10 times. So for a third time. And for a fourth time. This is not so much Pilates leg training. For a fifth time. And for a sixth time. And for a seventh time. And for eighth time. 9. And the last one. 10. Now we're doing a little plank in 15 seconds. Okay, we can just say, I have to learn these dates. 23rd June 16. On the 23rd June 16 at 51.9. And we're starting in 2 seconds with our 1 minute little plank. And we java to high and to low with the back and tuck the tail on it. 23rd. Okay, on the 23rd June, it was again June. 23rd June 16 was a referendum held asking the people of the United Kingdom if they want to leave or stay in the European Union, and 51.9% said they wanted to leave. And so did, oh yes, that was really what we wanted to do. Said that we wanted to leave the European Union, which happened formally, according to this book. I don't know if maybe it took 1 or 2 years later, longer, on the 31st January 2020. Britain had not used the Europe and the euro. I don't know. Let's just say we voted for it. The rest is maybe outdated. So 5 seconds. And I'm gonna stop and now start the other camera. And at the end, we're done with the Pilates leg training. We just gonna do the butterfly stretch. Have the soles of the feet together. Sit all up and lean a bit in front. And I'm gonna do it now at the end with a little Brexit video. When the vote outcome was for Brexit, it was on the 23rd June 2016, and 51.9% of the people of the United Kingdom voted to leave the European Union. When and the vote result was for Brexit, When and the vote result was for Brexit, it was on the 23rd June 2016, and 51.9% voted to leave the European Union. And that is according to the Life in UK test handbook on the page 60. Okay, that's the end. I thank you very much, and until next time.